Hi guys, it's Lee Lewis here and welcome to my channel. Before I go on with this, as you can see we are going through some checks that we're supposed to have. So I was rung up now, bearing in mind I can't get my ECG readings from my doctor, and that's been a few months ago, and that was taken by a nurse and a doctor. But just for the lack, should we say, of healthcare that we're receiving in the UK at the moment, where we have doctors and nurses dancing off, shall we say, machinery on TikTok. I don't know which part of the world they came from, but I know for a fact that when I was a staff nurse, or when I was a student nurse, or when I was auxiliary nurse, or when I was a carer, that we didn't have time to sit down and have a cup of tea, even though I couldn't even put together a danced routine, which, stay home, stay safe, and, protect the NHS, of course. But, so anyway, I was rung up by my local GP, and I was asked to have the injection, the Pfizer injection. So I was rung obviously by a receptionist. These days, when I rang up for my ECG results on a results line, I couldn't get my results because the person that was giving the results isn't exactly qualified. That's what they told me. So I said, I can't have my ECG results read. No, she said, you'll have to book an appointment with your doctor and you'll have to see how your ECG results are. Now, bearing in mind, if somebody in that... Now, this is the waste that the NHS staff are creating. If I actually saw a doctor with my ECG results, which I should have done, he could look at it and see if there's anything wrong at the time, because at the time I was having a bad chest, chest pains, and I was, no disrespect to a nurse, but you can have specialized nurses that deal with that kind of thing and know more than the doctors do, which was quite the case when I was working on the coronary care unit as a student nurse. But yeah, so I know a little bit about ECGs, and the PQR wasn't exactly correct, but that's not exactly what I'm here to talk about. We're here to talk about the vaccinations. So let's have a look around. So I'm going to show you a picture of a person that had to have a vaccination. It's just a pity we got to talk this way, isn't it? But anyway, he had his first one done and he showed me his card. Now I'm going to show you what it shows in his card now in a minute, which is quite extraordinary. So as you can see, sorry, I got to keep my finger up and down. I'm just I'm recording off my phone. So right, so I suffer from angioedema. So when the nurse rang me up or the receptionist, I apologise, to ask if I was going to have the vaccination, I said no, and she said, why, I said, well, because it's not only banned in Europe, it is banned in other countries as well, because it produces blood clots, which she had then admitted it did. But only 20 cases, but it's only 20 cases, too much for my liking, but it's probably far higher, and you can have serious effects 3 weeks after. If this video has been taken down by YouTube, then I think that is infringing on my they can use, I suppose, their own platform, as you can go somewhere else, but we've tried. So I'll put this in other platforms as well. So I suffer from a condition with angioedema, and I suffer with asthma, which hence my chest at the moment tonight. So let's have a look. It's probably where did it catch my eye? So you can't have this. So anyway, I told her that I'm not having the vaccination because that it's not enough gone into it. There's not enough evidence. It normally takes for these kinds of things from 5 to 10 years before they're even supposed to roll it out. But we haven't it rolled out on the elderly in nursing homes, so they can't really say no. They serve that generation trusts without, or even if they don't, they who's to say that they're been told it's something else, like a flu one. But hence these things, even children up to the age of 8, their immune system doesn't kick in until the age of 8. So really we shouldn't be putting anything into our children until after that, until the immune system can actually handle what's going in, which in a lot of cases is how much mercury that's going in. So what does this site say? So the zoonovirus, the C19 can make anyone seriously ill, but for some people the risks is higher. People most at risk of getting seriously ill are known as clinically extremely vulnerable. I fall into that category. And why was I offered it? Well, somebody else across whatever country that needs it can have mine and the second one, If you consider clinically extremely vulnerable, if your doctor GP has classed you as clinically extremely vulnerable because they think you are at high risk of getting seriously ill because you have been identified as possibly being at high risk of that thing. You've had an organ transplant, you're having chemotherapy, antibody treatment for cancer, including immunotherapy. If you're having an intense course of radiotherapy, radical radiotherapy for lung cancer, you're having targeted cancer treatments. So this is basically going down to your immune system. So I've got my immune system, because I've got a condition where I can be allergic to angioedemas, where you can be allergic to anything. It can just like flare up, and then I need like my adrenaline pens to. So I got two. I need to carry two at all times on me, and I also take antihistamines for that, which is citrazine, which are non-drowsy. So she said on the phone, "Why do you want this? Don't you want this vaccine? Is it?" I said, "Is it?" She said, "Oh, is it because of the news? Is it?" I said, "Well, no. As I said, it has not enough research has gone into it, and there's too much red tape has been cut, and I think that they're I'm going to get a community guideline strike. I shouldn't think so, because it. But in my opinion now, I believe that they're rolling it out on the vulnerable because they're trying it out. Their trials, as they call it, they tell you as it is, it's their trials. So yeah, they are trials. So we finding people that are having things like facial paralysis, and there's a lot of different things, seizures. I suffer with epilepsy, not so much at the moment, but I do suffer with epilepsy. So they can bring on epilepsy or epileptic attacks, and it can cause the most end of the spectrum, which is even far worse than, well, there's nothing further than that, is there? You know, so it's basically talking about if you're pregnant, all that kind of stuff going on there. Do you know what annoys me is I can't even talk about it. I'm going to have to do it when I put it onto another platform. I'm going to have to, I can hopefully be able to say it about it. So, anyway, this ain't the kicker. Oh, I missed that part then. What was that then? I did it disappeared. Anyway, let's move on. So my a local lollipop man had his lollipop man is like a guy who has a lollipop stick and stops traffic. He got them all over the world for the kids, you know, to go to and fro to school on school hours when they coming home or going to school. So I asked him, could I take a photo of his immunology card? So he said, yes, of course. Oh, right, here we go. Okay, right. So do you think, look at this. Look at the numbers for a start. PU 46664. So you got the 4 for the 6664, which is the not only the patent number, which Bill and Melinda Gates had founded in 2017. Here it is here. So if you went into, I didn't do all the add-ins up and what the P and the U, or you know, somebody else could do that, I suppose. But this is just a quick sort of a showing of what it is. 666. So you got the A2. I did want to show you the how can I do this without don't matter where I'm living. So whoops, let's go over to that one and cut out that. So there it is. So this is Mr. Jones, and he was born 8th of the 1st, 1978. So he's a year older than me. So yeah, you know, it's, did I get it on there? Yeah. But he said that these cards are not only going to be, he's going to have this card, that these cards will be laminated once he has the second one, so he can actually start to use this to go on holidays and probably later on to get food, and yeah, so it doesn't matter if I show his name anyway. But so his second one will be soon. Is it after 3 weeks? No, he got out 3 weeks, and then is after that, or it could be 3 weeks. But yeah, so that'll be his second one. So you find the information about the thing, Vaxinashion, at 111 Wales .nhs at live well vaccinations. So what else we got? Oh, here we go. What's on the bottom there? So slight fever, headache or tiredness is common after the vaccination, and it may last up to a week. Can you imagine having not just a sore arm, but a slight fever, headache, which I suffer from headaches anyway, and tiredness? That's common. That's just common. I mean, so what else we got? If you have concerns following your vaccination, please telephone NHS Wales, blah de blah de blah. If it's a medical emergency, please call a 9. So A2. So I could sit and put down. So let's see. It's obviously the venue is where he had it done. It's probably his local health death farm. So yeah. So we got Mrs. Jones was that you should have 2 separate doses of the Jovid 19 Vaxin for it to be most effective at protecting you against COVID-19. The second COVID-19 vaccination is due on, and then so what he said, please bring this appointment card to the next appointment. At these new vaccines, we encourage you to report any side effects via the yellow card scheme. So as the BNF at the back of the books, which you have at the nurses have they're in the back of any BNF book, which is the British National Formula for any side effects that any of the medications that are given. For any of them, and so they could be new for anyone. But they've even set up